Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your noon news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got news out of Martin County where a district attorney says that police were justified in the officer-involved shooting that happened back on June 4th of this year. It was at that time where Greenville police officer Carter Irwin shot and killed 44-year-old Donald Matthews IV during the course of a standoff in Martin County. Irwin was deployed with the police's emergency response team after being requested by the Martin County Sheriff's Office. The situation began the previous night when deputies learned of an intoxicated armed man riding around Hamilton in a white pickup truck. According to radio calls obtained by WITN at the time, the pickup truck in question was registered to a Donald Matthews IV. Greenville police say at the time of the request for their assistance, the man had barricaded himself inside a home and fired multiple shots outside. Police say the standoff lasted 9 hours and that the man was shot just before 5:30 a.m. Martin County District Attorney Tom Anglim's report features details from the State Bureau of Investigation that says a police sniper shot Matthews after the man pointed his gun out the back door of the building he was in. The report says that the sniper knew that there were officers positioned out back and that he believed Matthews had acquired a target that he was going to shoot. That knowledge led the officer to shoot Matthews. Anglim says that he reviewed the investigation by the SBI and determined that the shooting was justified. Anglim says that Matthews' actions led the officer to, quote, to reasonably believe it necessary to use deadly force to protect his life and the lives of other law enforcement officers present and involved in the incident, end quote. Now, for a full press release of the district attorney's report, you can find it on our website, WITN.com. And now we want to again highlight a story out of Craven County of a school bus crash that occurred earlier today at around 7:15. The North Carolina State Highway Patrol says that troopers were called to a crash involving a pickup truck and a school bus on River Road near Western Lane. Now, troopers say that 48-year-old Mauricio Bautista was driving a pickup truck that was towing a utility trailer. He was trying to pass the bus in a designated no passing zone when the bus started to take a left turn. Now, several students on board at the time of the crash, but no one was injured according to troopers. Now, troopers also say that Bautista was cited for improper passing. And now for a look at your weather forecast. Again, everything looking very sunny across the east. The same cannot be said across the Caribbean, where right now we are watching Melissa slowly get stronger. Right now, pressure is at 1,003 millibars. Keep your eye on that number over the next several days because National Hurricane Center is projecting this system becoming a major hurricane over this weekend. And if it does become a major hurricane, that pressure reading is going to be dropping and doing so relatively quickly once we reach Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Winds will also go up as that happens. Right now, maximum sustained winds 45 miles an hour, gusts up to 60 miles an hour. But again, that pressure reading still over 1,000 millibars. Now, I know everybody's wondering, okay, Charlie, show us the track. Tell us where this thing is going. Right now, unfortunately, it looks like it's just going to be kind of cruising around the southern edge of Jamaica as a major hurricane. This is again going to lead to devastating impacts for Jamaica. It does look like they could see that system linger all the way through Tuesday and potentially even into next Wednesday before the system tries to take a turn out towards the northeast over the eastern half of Cuba and then work its way out towards the middle of the Atlantic, kind of heading towards Bermuda. The good news with all of that is that the system will be staying at least 600 to 700 miles off of our coast at its closest pass. And that's even a conservative estimate. The number may be even bigger than that, which is great news for us. Not having to deal with anything tropical is encouraging, especially when we're talking about a major hurricane. Right now in Grifton, you wouldn't know that we've got any sort of rain in the forecast. which we really don't for today, tomorrow, and the day after tomorrow. We may have a stray drop or two try to come down Sunday evening, but right now that air we've got across the east is very dry. Dew points down in the low 30s. Highlight that point. Current air temperatures reading in the low to mid 60s across most of eastern North Carolina. Should be getting back up into the upper 60s, low 70s later on this afternoon. Now, a northwesterly wind currently blowing in at about 7 to 13 miles an hour. May see a little bit more of an increase as we make our way through the afternoon, but I'm only anticipating maybe an additional 1, 2, 3 miles an hour on top of the winds you're currently seeing. So yeah, a little bit breezier, but nothing again that's really going to rock the boat all that much. Over the past 24 hours, we have seen humidity take a significant tumble. Most areas are reporting a dew point drop between around 8 to 13 degrees. That is significant. Right now, our air is extremely dry, and it's not just our air that's dry. We are also, again, dealing with drought conditions across most of eastern North Carolina. So we really want to advise people against doing any sort of burning over the next several days, at least until we get some rain back into the east. That will happen again coming up next week. That area of low pressure you're seeing back towards Oklahoma and Kansas, that's our next rainmaker. That's the system that will be giving us some raindrops coming up on Monday, possibly Sunday night. But for right now, again, Saturday still looking nice and sunny. Maybe a little bit of high cloud cover tries to work its way overhead. You probably won't notice it, but on Sunday we will see more cloud cover roll in, and those clouds will get thicker and thicker as we head through your Sunday. For this afternoon, though, it's sunshine all the way through. 67 degrees by 1, turns to 70 between 3 and 4 p.m. And then we're going to be cooling off quickly later on this evening. 4 p.m., 70 degrees, 5 p.m., 68. By 6, we're down to 63 degrees, and the temperatures don't stop there. We're going to be seeing them tumble all the way down into the low to mid 40s by the time we reach tomorrow morning. Clear skies and calm winds will really cool us off quite a bit overnight tonight, and that's a trend that we're going to be seeing again coming up for your Friday night into your Saturday. So again, for tomorrow, air temperature is going to be a little bit cooler than average. Going to be in the mid to upper 60s, but still plenty of sunshine to go around. Let's take a look at your full 8-day forecast. Again, for today, medium fire danger. Please, please, please do not do any burning over the next 4 days, including today. If you need to do some burning, if you've got a pile of leaves, isn't going anywhere. Wait until it gets a little bit safer to have an open flame across the east. That will likely happen coming up Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week, once we get a little bit more moisture down on the ground. Well, that's all we have time for today's noon news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, have a fantastic Thursday.